I have an amazing recipe for the most decadent, delicious brownies, and then using some M&Ms to sprinkle on top to make them look like ornaments, and then using some gumdrops, we're gonna make it look like you could hang them on a tree. So have fun with this recipe. It's super delicious, super fun, and of course, you can make and decorate with your kids. And so the first thing is you want 1 cup of butter, and you have to melt it first and let it cool for just a little bit. As you can see, I have it all melted here. You're going to take a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. There's no sugar in it, so it's very, very decadent. I like the 100% cacao. I really do like the Hershey's brand or the Ghirardelli brand. You're gonna pour that in there. You can use milk chocolate. You can use Dutch chocolate. I happen to love the dark chocolate, and you'll have the option whether or not you want to add some chocolate chips to this. If not, so we're going to stir this really, really well. Okay, now we're going to go on to our bigger bowl, which I'm going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And make sure you always look at the recipe. You can get it on our blog at kidsbakingclub.com. Don't forget to subscribe too. And 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to mix that really, really well. Now you might notice, why am I not adding baking powder and baking soda, which is normally in recipes? We're going to use eggs instead to give it the lift that it needs in the oven. Now we're gonna pour in our chocolate delish, our chocolate syrup, which is butter and unsweetened cocoa. Get all that in there. And we're gonna mix that really, really well. It's gonna make a very thick dough. I'm going to add my 4 eggs, and I like to have my eggs sit out on the counter because we already melted the butter. We don't get them getting cold again, because what'll happen with butter is it starts to clump. As you know, as you get cold butter, it's a little bit harder. And so with room temperature eggs, it's not going to do that. If you take the eggs right out of the refrigerator, it could clump that butter, and we don't want that. Okay, I'm adding my eggs, and now I'm just going to mix. Needs once it's in the oven. Now I'm going to mix this really, really well. And as I'm mixing, I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And what that does is it just softens all the flavors, just gives it a nice, yummy flavor to it. Vanilla just brings out the flavor, just like salt does. Salt brings out flavor, other different ingredients bring out flavor. Got some chocolate chips. I'm going to add those in there. It's 1 cup of chocolate chips. You don't have to add a whole cup. You can just add a little bit. This is like double chocolate. And then adding the M&Ms on top. That's a triple chocolate. It's incredible. It's incredible. Now you're gonna need a 13x9 pan, a rectangle pan, and it's best to oil it with shortening or butter, or use parchment paper. I like to use the parchment paper because it's so easy to just bring it out of the pan to cut it. I'm gonna smooth this out. I'm gonna stick it in the oven for 18 minutes. But before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle these on top. Now, if you're just making brownies and you're not doing the ornament brownies, then just bake it the way that it is. It's delicious. But because we are going to be decorating these, I'm going to be spreading on some little M&Ms to make it look like ornaments. And we're gonna make some ornament brownies when they're all come out of the oven and cooled. You're going to need some little gumdrops or some spice drops. You can see them right here. And you either use icing to attach the tops of the ornaments, or what I like to use is little pieces of spaghetti. Do not use toothpicks because we don't want kids biting into toothpicks, but dried spaghetti works just fine. Okay, I've got this all on here. How delicious and beautiful is that? Okay, these are going in the oven for 18 minutes, and I'll see you back. Now when your brownies are all out of the oven, you're going to take a circle cutter. You can use a glass, a round glass, and you're going to press in to make circles that look like ornaments. Then you can either just leave them like that, which are cute because it has the little ornaments on, or you can get some spaghetti or you can actually use frosting to attach them. And using some gumdrops or some spice drops, you can actually make a little thing with the spaghetti and then just very carefully insert in, and then it makes a little ornament. Aren't those cute? Wouldn't that be beautiful on a Christmas platter tray and bringing it to an event or just having it for dessert for Christmas or the holidays? Just a beautiful dessert, super delicious, and I hope you make it and have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you soon.